Welcome. Okay, so we thought we'd share with you today some of the cards we made yesterday in a workshop. So the ladies that joined us had a choice between our star flowers sheet of rubber stamps. So you've got the 3 different designs and some sentiments. Earth laughs in flowers. Life is the flower for which love is the honey. Flowers are the music of the ground, from earth's lips spoken without sound. And the other one they had to choose from was the engraved flowers. Again, you've got 3 large flowers, then we've got 2 smaller ones, and each flower is a soul opening out to nature. So if you look closely, you can see the detail in the rubber. They're called engraved flowers. So put those aside. That's what we're working with, some of the stamps we're working with today. And I'm going to be making Vicky's choice. She calls it the lollipop flower. So let's pop that one aside. And I need a plain card. It's kind of a off-white recycled card. And I'm going to get my stamping platform. Pop this down here. Let's see. Is it in the middle? That's middle enough, isn't it? So we're going to ink with black. We're just using black versifying clay. An archival would work. You could even use a memento or water-based ink pad. So let's see if we can get all the detail in one go. Let's use my little tool. Okay. How are we going? Did we do it? Almost. Okay. A little bit more pressure in the middle. Okay. Hopefully this one. That's it. A bit more oomph. It's because I'm sitting down underneath the camera. Now we see. Did we do it that time? Yes. Beautiful. Okay. Now pop that to one side. I need to take the stamp out really because I need to stamp some words in a while. So I'll get that ready there. And I've already got ink on my fingers. Good start. Okay. So before colouring, we need to heat set. Just a quick blast. Done. Now as you'll see, my card is curling. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm a little bit croaky today. A little bit of a cough. So if I feel a burst of coughing coming on, I will disappear for just a moment. Okay. Nice bit of heat there, so that's nice and set. And then we are colouring with, we're using polycolour pencils. They're polychromos, and we've got yellows and oranges. I'm just going to show you a little bit. Now, with polychromos pencils, what I love about these, although they could use sharpening, is you lay down some colour, but then you can go back over it, build up the colour, add layers, add depth, and it kind of blends together in that all the pencil lines disappear. There's also a blending pencil as well to kind of smooth out the blending lines, because if you're using say a low quality pencil, it kind of feels scratchy, whereas these feel more almost fluid. Really, it's hard to explain if you've ever tried them. you'll understand. But yes, polychromos is the style of pencil, but you could use regular pencils. If you've used an archival ink, you could use watercolors. But with these designs, we like to be quite specific with the colouring because of all the detail. So, and then touches of orange because we've got an orange layer in the card. So we just want to make sure we've got some nice orange to make it pop. This one, obviously, we've got some green stem and some green flowers, whereas on the one I did with the engraved flower, no green, but lots of orange, reds and pinks. So, but obviously you can do them in whichever colour you fancy. Artistic license, whatever you like. Okay, so then we need a darker green for some. So I'm not going to colour the whole flower, just to give you a rough idea, because we could be here for quite a while if I was to sit and do the whole thing in great detail. So that just gives you an idea. So here is one that we coloured earlier. And then we used, some of you may have heard of our Eclipse masking tape. It's a big roll. It's in very short supply at the moment. I think we only have a couple of rolls in stock, but we also have masking sheets as well. But this is one of our Judikins favourites. So we've created a mask. And just remember, when you're creating a mask, to take off the edge of the design so that you don't end up with the shadow effect. So, okay, that's on there nicely. Now we're going to add some colour. So I prefer to do my blending starting with the palest first. So I've got some tumbled glass and a blending brush. And I'm just going to kind of gently work my way around. And I don't want to cover it completely. I kind of want different patterns. Now, I don't think you're going to be able to see this on the camera because it is such a pale blue. But to leave the light, so you've got different shades. I think different shades are quite important. So, but as I said, it doesn't always show up on camera because it is quite a subtle. If you've got tumbled glass, you'll understand what I'm saying. Okay, so tumbled glass. And if you notice, I've got my finger on the head of the brush. It just applies more pressure. Now, obviously, if you have the foam on the handle, that works as well. You can use whatever.
Your card's not moving. Is it the silicone mat?
Oh, yes. I had to tell you, I'm still kind of holding it even though I don't need to because I forgot. Yes, it's a non-slip mat, so the mat doesn't slip and the card doesn't slip either, which is makes life a little bit easier, doesn't it?
It does. And it works with the inks as well. They will blend on the mat.
Okay, so that was tumbled glass. And what else have we got? Oh, okay, broken china. I think I want broken china next because then I'm going salvage patina, which is quite a strong colour. So we want to be gentle with that one. So let's get plenty of ink on this one and blending in. Yeah, see, I haven't got blue ink on here now, but I can just chuck it in the sink later. Don't have to worry. And it's obviously I heated on it, so it's heat resistant. But if you come and see us in Gateshead, we'll have some of these. We'll also have them in blue and lots of other new exciting things. So we're in Gateshead Sunday, which is the 6th of April, maybe. I'm sure Vicky will correct me if I'm wrong, won't you, Vicky?
Yep.
6th of April. Okay, so we've got some tumbled glass. Broken china. That was broken china. Sunday the 6th, yeah. Okay, and then some salvage patina. As I said, now this one is quite strong, so we want to be very gentle with this one. So just a little bit.
And we have alternative colours of our tool holder organiser.
The teddy bear head? I don't know. What do we call it? Tool tidy. So this one is a very intense colour, salvage patina. So we just want little bits of this. So we're going to go gentle. So lovely. Okay, now, so I'm done with the salvage patina and the tumbled glass. We can move those out the way. What I want next, I'm going to use prize ribbon. Now I'm looking around. Oh, there's my spritzer, because I'm not going to have to clean up after this, aren't I? Now for the background, I want some words, but I don't want too many words. I just want kind of sections. So I'm just going to ink parts of it, and then we'll pop it down and see. We can always add some more. So if we pop it down and then give it a little bit of pressure, we don't want a perfect stamping. So we'll see what that looks like. Oh yes, I like that. Now if you want it to be a little bit blended, we give the spritz a little bit of water. Now it's so fine I can't see it. There we go. Oh, a little bit here and there. So it kind of gives it more of an aged look. And I've got some kitchen towel here, so we're just going to dry that off. Okay. Now to add depth to this image, I am using, this is from Potpourri set number 2. It's called Porcelain. And you notice we've not mounted this on cling because we like using it like this. So we just kind of put some ink on it and then just stamp it randomly. It adds texture. If I bring that closer to the camera, can you see? It just kind of like a crackle effect, but porcelain, because when you look at old porcelain, you can see it has those tiny, really fine cracks in the glaze, which is what this is doing. Okay, so I think that is good. Now, because I sprayed it, I think I'll give it a quick blast before I add some more colour. Okay, I've still got my mask in place, but I think we can probably get rid of that now. Okay, so let's remove the mask so you can see the flower. It's quite a lot, but we've got some more to do yet. So what I want to do now is I'm going to add around the edge some vintage photo. You can never have too many colours, can you? So this one, I'm just going to adjust the edges a little bit around. Okay. So when you're doing edges, just remember, always turn the card so it's the most convenient for you. You don't have to turn yourself for the card. The card moves much easier than I do. It's creaky old bones. So we're just going around. Again, it's giving it a more of an aged look. And I'm definitely going to be sticking this silicone sheet in the sink afterwards. Right, but we're not done edging it yet. Now, to put them back in the thingy, in my teddy bear, my pink teddy bear. We got purple ones too. I need a purple one. This one's Vicky's. Right, black. I want some black soot. Now, there are different ways you could edge this, but the effect I tried a couple of different ways, and this is the one I like. So I just put some ink on one, you know, one of the little sponges, and I just kind of dabbed it around the edge. So sometimes you get more ink than others, and it just gives you a little aged aged look. If you excuse me for just a second, I'm just going to go cough in the other room, and I will be back.
Let's finish edging this while Sarah's having a little cough. It's that lovely time of year. Everyone seems to be getting these bugs. She's blaming me. All the children in my house have probably brought it home. And I gave it to her. Oh, sharing is caring. There we go. I think I got that. There we go. Right, I'm just going to give this mat a bit of a clean. Just wipe that down so we're nice and clean.
Oh, you want to clean up my mess?
Yeah. Just cleaning up for the... There we go. Okay. So we finished the edging. Now, I know what's coming next is just going to squish a little bit of this, there's quite a lot, of the black soot ink pad. And then with one of our water brushes, this one's a nice fine tip on here. I'm just going to do is edge around just to create that shadow. You okay, Sarah? You coming back?
Okay, I think I'm alright.
Yeah.
I think
I'll
so.
let you finish. Started. Just wipe that one off for you.
Thank you very much. So you were outlining.
Yeah, just started the shadow around the edge.
The shadow around the edge, yes. So we went with the black soot because you can go as dark as you want. You can just keep adding. So depending on how dark you've gone with your image, your colouring, as it were, how dark you want to go with the shadow. One of the ladies in class yesterday, she went very intense with the colours. So then she went really dark with the shadow because it really helps make it pop.
But they all thought when they saw the cards that they had to cut the flower out. That's why there was a shadow. They were most specified down.
It does make it stand out. So if I bring this one in, because I coloured in between, you've got all these little gaps. Put the shadow in there as well. Whereas this one is a simpler shape. So it's just a little bit around the outside. So you could go around doing it in a pale grey and then step back and think, oh, does it need some more? If it does, you can add some more. So you can always add more. It's harder to take it away. So I am now sucking on a cough sweet. Apologies if you can hear that. Okay. So we go round and round. We don't want a nice smooth finish because we want it to look aged, and as images age they kind of get a bit blurry, or maybe that's just my eyes. Well, it's definitely my eyes. The older I get, the blurrier my eyes get. Okay, so a little bit over there. So how are we doing? Do we think it needs a little more? Maybe it's a bit paler on that side, but okay. So I think one of the last things to add to the card is we're going back to the porcelain, and this time we're going to use gold. This is a Delicata gold, but any gold ink pad. So it's just going to add more of the kind of porcelain crackle effect, but with a gold shimmer. So again, we're not going all over, we're just going in areas. So again, this is probably not something that shows up terribly well on camera, but it certainly does add to the image when you can see it. So if I hold it up to the camera and tilt it, I'm not sure if you can see the gold shimmer, maybe just a little. You can see it's all there. Right, now what you can do is you could also edge with the gold ink if you wanted to. But what we're going to do today, isn't it? Word. I forgot the word. We haven't done the word yet. Where did I put my platform? Okay. Oh, I need to clean up that black ink, don't I? Let's get rid of that. Okay. Don't want to get that all over my platform. Right. Okay, so put my card in. And where do I want the word? I think the word's going to fit nicely down there. Hopefully that's straight. Is it stuck? Yes. Okay. Black ink. Earth laughs in flowers. Oh. It needs cleaning. I just need to clean the back. As the cling gets older, you need to clean it. If it gets dusty and glitter and other things on it, then that does stop it from sticking. So let me put a bit of scrap there so we can reline it up without me getting ink all over the card just yet. That's where I want it. Oh, a little bit of table wobble going on. Okay. Hopefully that's gonna hold. Okay. Let's see. Earth laughs in flowers. There we go. As ever. Handmade. Right, so I need to stick my layers together before I can add the diamond glaze. Well, I've got some easy lift tape. Just do some quick. I like to go around the four sides. Some people do top, middle and bottom. Some people use wet glue. It's carbon paper, so whatever takes your fancy. Okay. Make sure they're all down. And then I do this halfway round kind of thing so I can line it up before I put. I'm not seeing straight today. Not that I'm too worried, to be honest. Okay, so let's pop that in there. Yes, that looks good to me. I think we started off with this bit square being, was it 12 centimetres or 12.5 centimetres? 12 and a half. 30. The sizes, we went with the crease card is just made from an A4 sheet. We don't often use measurements, we just make it up as we go along, to be honest. Right, okay, I've got some diamond glaze and I'm very carefully going to pour. You don't shake it, you don't need to squeeze it, you just pour and wait for it to come out. Now, is it almost there? A little tiny squeeze. Is it going to work for me today? Doesn't want to come out today. I obviously haven't cleaned it from yesterday. Have we got another bottle, Vicky? Or a pokey tool to clean it out? Because we were using it yesterday.
Pokey tool.
Pokey tool. Where's my scrap paper? Let me just test this first. Ooh. I think we need to change the top on it. I won't be long. Just a bit of housekeeping going on in the background. You don't need to see this. Right. Clean out the dry glue. That's better. I can see daylight now. Okay, we have liftoff. So we're just gonna gently place some blobs in the flowers. What you could use is a paintbrush to move it around. You could cover the whole thing. And the time it takes to dry really depends on how thick you put it on, to be honest. So I would leave it for at least 20 minutes. You'll see it when it goes clear, and then it should be dry. And obviously ours has got a much shorter nozzle on it because we've been using it quite a while and we've cut the nozzle down over time. So I could leave it like that, or I could use a paintbrush and move it around a little. I mean, if you do use a paintbrush and you really want to wash your paintbrush immediately, otherwise diamond glaze goes very hard and is permanent. So be careful. Just spreading it a little so we've got larger glazed flowers. Oh, big blob there. So I'm sure you can see this on the screen. So when I'm working with diamond glaze, I keep a pot of water on my desk and then I just put the brush in afterwards so I don't have to think about it. I won't forget it. So I've left them quite specific in the middle of the flowers. And then you can see in this one, it's been spread around more. So it depends on the kind of definition that you want. And then on this one, just spread it around. I've just spread it around thinly so that it just kind of gives a thin glaze. Will also dry a lot quicker that way as well. So we hope you enjoyed watching us today, and hopefully we'll see some of you in Gateshead. If not, we'll see you back here again soon.